Hello, wherever you are. I just watched a video about the magi, and it reminded me that I needed to go back over this again, because the last time I made a video about it, I was a bit stoned, so I thought I'd better do it without being stoned. So, I think mainly, well, the reason for that was, I'll tell you the reason for that. When I discovered this, I was so mind blown that I was so nervous about making a video about it. Really, so nervous, because it's so important to so many people everywhere in the world, and not just Christians, but sort of, how can I explain it? Let me explain it. Right. This scene you've got here is the adoration of Christ by the Magi, also known as the Nativity. Now, there's something that I found that goes through all of these scenes, and that's the fact that Jesus actually isn't. Christ is not a baby. He's just a smaller person. Yeah? And the other thing about Mary, or Mari, I'll get on to that, is that she has this halo, doesn't she? Look, here he is again. See? She's saying, she's got her hand saying, look, here he is. You've got to listen to this little guy. He says some smart stuff. Oh, is that gold for me? Thank you. Camel's thinking, yeah. Let's have a look at another one. The other thing is that in the Nativity, there's usually a donkey. I mean, it doesn't even look like a baby there, does he? It's not. I don't think he's a baby. I think he's a small, half-size human. That's what I think. And he's always depicted as being held by Mary, right? He's always sitting on her left side. Yeah. And most of the time, Joseph is standing next to him. And then most of the time, there's a donkey, isn't there? Let's put Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the wee donkey. Oh, images. Oh, this is stupid. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the donkey. Let's put just the donkey. And let's put stained glass, because generally that's where we see these depictions, is in churches, isn't it? Hey, look. There they are. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the donkey. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the donkey. See him wrapped up there. Oh my goodness, he looks like former Chancellor of Germany, 1939. Another Jesus, Mary, Joseph and the donkey. That's a cute one. But you see what I mean, don't you? There's usually a donkey in there. In art, in stained glass, in mosaics, Jesus, Mary, Joseph and the donkey. Yeah. Well, do you know what I think? I think they weren't Mary and Joseph. I think they were Solomon and Sheba.
Solomon and Sheba is a 1959 movie directed by King Vidor, starring Gina Lollobrigida, Yul Brynner, and George Sanders.
Well, thank you for that, Mrs. Google. I need to put Solomon and Sheba, ancient pictures. Oh, here we are. Solomon and Sheba. Now there's some pictures of the magi that are very much like this. Now I'll tell you about Sheba. I think she was Ethiopian. Queen of Sheba. Now here's a very, very big clue here. There's a very massive, massive clue. This was a big clue for me. In her hand, she's holding an orb with a cross on. Well, I think it's a church. I think that is kind of the depiction of a church. So, Queen of Sheba. See, she looks very holy there, doesn't she? And she's a queen. She looks like she could be related to me, that. That's at Notre Dame. Fascinating. Sheba and Solomon. The thing about Solomon was he was Middle Eastern, and generally you see him in a turban. Wow, look, he's got one of those things on that Statue of Liberty wears. Like a crown of thorns almost. These are more, that's more Solomon-y. Solomon, also called Jedediah. He was the very wise king. He's got a crown of thorns on again there. Good old King Solomon. Anyway, Solomon married Sheba. Yeah. Alright, what should I go to next? I forgot here. Oh yeah. Maybe you're you're all ready now. Maybe you are all ready now. Solomon and Sheba. Could they be... could they be Jesus, Mary, Joseph and the donkey? The kings of kings. Selassie. Selassie is Haile Selassie's granddaughter. I was at school with her. I tried to contact her because I wanted to tell her about this. But they deleted my account. So I was no longer on the school page. So, this is in Lalibela. Okay. See, she's holding the church in her hand there, which I'm better off showing you. It's better to show you there. See? Inside her hand is the cross. That is a hand. Can you see that that's a hand? How do I point? I've forgotten. Oh, yeah. Right, here's the thumb. This is the bottom of her sleeve. It's the back of her hand. These are her fingers. Yeah. That's her thumb there. And the church is in her hand. She's got the whole church in her hand. She's got the whole church in her hand. Now, there it is again. 2020, 10th of April, 2020. Praise God, I found the Holy Family. See? Jesus, Mary, Joseph and the donkey. Now, I'll show you. Can you see Joseph there? I've outlined him. See, you've got the donkey on the left, then Mary with the church in her hand. She's also got a church in her head called the Miriam. The church in her hand is called the Church of St. George. And the church in her head is called the Church of Mary or Mariam. And then you've got Jesus in the middle there, the little half-sized dude. And then you've got Joseph. So, or Solomon, Menylek, Memlek, can't think now. It's so long since I read that. I should have read it before I did this video. And Sheba. And Sheba's donkey from Shrek. Because he looks like the donkey from Shrek. See? See how he looks like the donkey from Shrek? Do you see that? Can you see that? Look, his teeth are buildings. Now, if you think, wait a minute, oh, here you've got a full nativity. Here's the full nativity. You've got Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the donkey and the three kings. Or is it the donkey, Sheba, Menylek, Solomon, and the magi? But they're wearing the same kind of turbans as Joseph or Solomon. See, there's his hat there. Can you see that? It's like a pointy hat. See it? Like that. It's kind of turban-y. And then, oops. I suppose I've got to turn that off to move it. And then, again, here. Henna. Wait. Let's get the pen out. Stupid woman. Right. Oops. That's a bit shitty, isn't it? Start again. Not easy. There. Do you see him? And do you see his face there? Right. That's his hat. That's his hair. That's his face. Can you see his face? You see, he's got his hand there. Do you see his hand? Can you see that? That's one of them. And then there's another one here. There's his face. There's his hat. Looks like he's got a jewel or something on the top there. See it? See? I'm not sure about this here. I think he's looking sideways, this one. Oops. Oh. Like, that's his face there. That's his hat. Right. It's his beard. Yeah. Can you see them? Can you see the three kings or the magi? Alright, let's do it again. Right, you've got one there, one there, one there. There's Solomon, Sheba, and the baby Jesus. Right, take it away. And then look again, and that's a hand. And that's a foot. That's a foot. That's a hand with a church in it. Okay? Do you see it now? Can you see it? Can you see it? There's something, there's a snake there as well. Can you see it? His hand is so obvious. It's like his hand's almost perfect. You can see he's holding something. You can, can't you? You can see that now. Yeah? Yeah. There they are again. But a long way away. Oops. Right. So that's Mary, Joseph, donkey. But then there's a snake over here. That's his body going slithery up there. Oops. And there's the three kings there. Uno, dos, tres. And I suppose over here, in this area here, is the shepherds and all the other things that they say are in the nativity. Because it goes right across to here. Yeah? And you can see other faces. Such as shepherds. I think there's like animals there too. And this is in Lalibela. And these are the Egyptian depictions. Ethiopian depictions. See, they've got a donkey. They've got a donkey and they've got a cow. So there's going to be a cow in that scene somewhere. Somewhere in this scene. Now this is Mary. Right. Show you. Right. The Church of Miriam is here, which is kind of under her nose. Her mouth is here. Eye. And then her headdress. This is her headdress. Yeah? Her hijab. Here's her hijab. This is her arm coming down here. Her sleeve. Yeah. I wonder if the people who live in these live in these houses like this one here. I wonder if they know they live on Sheba or. And there's her hand, and inside her hand is the church again. See? It's her fingers. Do you see that? Yeah. Can you see that? Can you see it? Can you see it? Ah. Look at him looking at her. Can you see him looking at her? Can you see him looking at her? Right. Here's his beard. Right. Here's his beard. Here's his mouth. His eye. His nose. His hat. His hair. His ear roll. Can you see him looking at her? He's looking lovingly at her. Even though they've dismantled her face, sadly. I wonder what it looked like before they faffed around with it. And he's looking lovingly at her because she's holding this chap here with this Menylek. Jesus, it's not a baby. He is not a baby. And then he's wrapped in this swaddling. See? Fascinating. The swaddling now has little houses with people living on it. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. Can you see it? Can you see it? There's a hand. A handy with the churchy, crossy. Do you see it? Can you see it now? Please tell me you can see it. Please write underneath that you can see this. Oh, listen, you need to be stoned. If you can't see it, get stoned, you'll see it. Sheba, definitely, if you're watching this now, Yeshi Casa Selassie, Yeshi, you are related to this lady, 100%. And this lady, same lady. And there she is, getting married to Solomon. And there they are, praying together. I don't know what that says. I wish I knew what that said. It's a bit too, I did do Latin at school. What's he holding? What's he got in his hand? It looks like an umbrella. Oh, Sheba, my love, are you hot? I'll put the brolly up. Yeah, it's an umbrella. Look, there's another one with but they've got a slave holding the umbrella there at the back. He looks Egyptian in this one. Solomon looks like he's Egyptian. I know lots of Egyptians who look like that. It's another one. And look, they've got kings bringing them gifts there when they got married. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. And he's not a baby, because his head is not proportionately a child's head. All right, it is in that one, but that one's like from miles away and modern. Same here, it's a modern picture. In the modern ones, they just imagine that he's a baby, but he's not a baby. And they are again. Solomon and Sheba. Has he got the ball with the orb in his hand there? Or no? No, it's a staff. Can't get the staff these days. So anyway, is he their child, or did they just find him? I think he's definitely her child, without a doubt, and definitely black, undoubtedly, definitely black and beautiful. See, this is a Coptic one. This is where they decide that Mary and Jesus are Greek Caucasian. Paracolo. Now, Lalibela. Here she is again. Did you see her? What can I do to convince you? That's a nice one. I like that. That's an Ethiopian depiction. She looks Indian. Doesn't she look Indian? Now that's interesting. And look, Jesus looks Indian too. Mama, can I have prata and papadum, please? Oh, can we have tandoori shashlik? I'm fed up with fish and loaves. What's this? Is this the snake? Yeah, snake. And this is the other thing too. There's like some faces. I'll show you. Jesus, Mary, Joseph and the donkey. Look. Here, I've done it out again, look. There's a face there. There's like there's three together. That's the magi. Then you've got him, her and the baba, or the fully grown man. Then you've got the snake up here and the donkey there. But I'm sure there's other creatures in there. I need to take another look. I just think it's fascinating. So the way I look at it is this. Okay, you've got these depictions all over the world. Everywhere in the world you've got these. Oh, wow. Now that's Haile Selassie. Wasn't he gorgeous? That must be his wife. Mrs. Haile Selassie. Mrs. Selassie. So this would be, yes, she's grandparents. Yeah. She's very beautiful. I think she looks more like a granddad. And his son, the Crown Prince, got the same birthday as me, 17th of August. But he was born he was 17th of August 1953. Fascinating. Here's the Magi again. He's shaking hands. Is he shaking hands? Who's he shaking hands with? Or is that him? Is that him getting somebody up to walk? Get out of your bed and walk. Pick up your bed and walk. It's another very Indian-y looking one. Fascinating. I'd say that was the right colour. There's Mary's face. And that's the Church of Mariam in her face. Can you see her eyes though? Wait a minute, let me help you out here. I'm going to help you out here. Right, here's her eye. eyebrow. See that? There's her other eye there. Yeah? It's her nose. Her nose is here. And her mouth. Her mouth is here. And they've built the church inside her mouth, haven't they? Huh? And of course, I say hijab up here, down there. You see how they